In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to add hair to your braid like a pro. Yes, you will add the hair to the braid to increase the length of the braid, and you will not even notice that you actually add hair to the braid. It will be that clean and smooth. I'm going to be showing you two methods you can add hair to the braid. So let's dive into it. Now, the first braid I'll be adding hair to, like this what I'm doing right now, this is how you should not add hair to your braid. And I noticed that a lot of people add the hair to the braid this way. And when you add your hair to braid this way, you're going to experience this. You see that lumps in the middle? You don't even want to braid your hair and present yourself to be an immature braider. Seriously, that's what this is going to give, like, oh, the person doesn't really know how to braid. But if you want to add hair to your braid properly, pay attention to this first method. This is the first method how you can add hair to your braid. You can see how I'm using my thumbs to hold that extensions that I added together. That's how you're going to do it. And when I was adding the extension, I pressed the extension in the middle in between the three and strand of hair. You can see how neat it is. So that's how you braid down. That's the number one method. If you missed that, please go back to it. And now this is going to be the number two method on how you can add hair to your braid. Do you see how I just dip that in and pick the hair that I raised up to cover the extension that I just added to it? This is how easy and simple you can add hair to your braid, and it will look very, very flawless, beautiful. Like, you would never notice it that you actually add hair to your braid. So this is the right way you add hair to your braid. The first and this second one is the two method you can add hair to your braid. However, I'm going to show you guys more clearer video on how you can add the hair, and it's going to be more slower, so you can pay attention to how I am adding the hair to the braid. You see that I'm using my right thumb to hold the other strand of the hair, the extension that I'm adding, and then I will use my middle thumb to hold the right part of the extension on the left side, if you understand what I'm saying. Then I'm going to put that extension on top of it, like the normal braid length that I was working with. I'm going to use it to cover. That was what I did previously on the second method I showed you guys. So when you do it this way, seriously, you will not have that lumps in the middle, and your braid will be this neat. No one will notice that you actually added extension on the braid to make it long. See how neat it is. A lot of people use this method to achieve a longer length. So if your extension is short and you want the braid to be longer, you can add more extension, more hair to the extension. Now, this is the way you should never ever add hair to your extension. Pay attention to this one. I've showed you one. I've just showed you another way you should never ever add hair to your extension, because if you had hair like this, you're going to experience that lumps I showed you from the beginning, which is this. You're going to experience this kind of lumps, and you don't want to braid your hair and then you start experiencing these lumps on it. It just looks like you don't know how to braid. And by the time you put this inside hot water, you put the braid inside hot water, that thing is going to puff out even more than what you're seeing right now. So you don't want to experience that. So if you want to braid like a pro, let me take this off and show you how you can braid like a pro. Just like I've showed you previously, I'm just going to repeat one more so it can stick to your head. It can stick to your mind for you to really have an idea on how to do it. You can see how I'm using my big thumb, my right hand thumb, to hold one side of the extension I'm adding to it, and then take the extension from the bottom of the middle one, and then use my middle thumb to hold the other side of the extension, and then use the original extension I'm using to braid, which was short, and then use it to like cover the extension to braid downward. That is how you actually braid like a pro. That's how you add your attachment to your extension like a pro. Mind you, when you add the extension, it means one might be smaller than the two part of it. All you need to do is to take some hair to add to the other part, and then it will become equal parts. Just make sure that the three side of the extension you are braiding with is equal, so you can have a very, very neat braid. So by the time you will be done, this is how your braid is going to look. You see how neat, how spot on this braid looks. This is how your braid will look if you had your extension to your braid the right one. You can see that the length of the braid is actually long. So she wanted a longer braid, but the extension she got was a little bit shorter than the length she wants. That was how we started adding extension to the braid. So this is how you add extension to your braid to make it look like a pro. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And if you love this video, please don't hesitate to drop a comment in the comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye bye.